Alright guys, so as promised, I wanted to give you a show strategy sheet that you could basically use to apply some of the things that we've just been talking about in a more kind of like operational way that you could pretty much discuss with your team and even build on it to really make it your own. So let's take a look at it. It pretty much has these sections, so show outline, topics, guests, episodes, and productivity tools. So we'll go through it step by step. First of all, in the show outline, you'll see a lot of the things that we've just been talking about around setting your business goal, your target persona, the show type from here, and then also like how this show will inspire, educate, or entertain, as well as a lot of other things that will definitely help you clarify your own ideas about what that show should be. Next, we move on to topics. So in topics, there's a couple of steps here building on what we've just been talking about earlier on how you can come across and build topics based on qualitative as well as quantitative data that you have. So you can add all of those over here. And then finally, you can look at guests. So with the guests, what we like about this sheet is that you can actually add all of their names over here, and then you could determine whether you can have a face-to-face conversation with them or not. This definitely merits a point. And then from there, you can score them 1 to 5 based on access to your target audience, whether they have a set number of contacts, whether they have domain knowledge, the relationship that you have. And based on that, you'll basically get like a score for how relevant this guest is to your show, and also how likely it is that you will be able to get that show, get that guest on the show. Of course, with the relationship piece, if you know them directly, that is the most ideal scenario. The second ideal scenario, or the second most ideal scenario, is to get a warm introduction. After that, you can basically do an in-mail outreach. And then last of all, you could basically do a personalized email outreach. So figure out like where you are at with every guest and use the best available option that you do have. In an ideal world, you could basically get warm introductions to everybody that you don't already know. So that's just a quick look in terms of like the guests piece over here. And then finally, for the episodes, again, do not overscript, but there's no harm in basically coming up with talking points or key ideas or sections or segments that you want to cover in every episode. And you can basically select your guest over here. You could really customize this to suit your own specific needs. What's particularly good about having at least 5 sections per episode, or 5 sections or compartments, is that you could basically take these 5 sections and chop them up later into 5 clean segments that you could repurpose and distribute as short form content. Last but not least are just a couple of productivity tools that you could use over here. So just a quick look into the sheet. Hope you enjoy.